Thrilled that you're with us today. So what's your current
Thank
thought
you.
on the market that we've been seeing a lot of volatility? I mean, today is no different. We're seeing 2% sell-off on each of the major averages. Phased or unfazed?
I'm unfazed by this. Overall, it's not a surprise. We've had 72% growth in the S&P 500, especially last year. And typically in an inauguration period, post the inauguration, markets don't tend to do as well. So overall, I think that especially as the inoculation and vaccines get rolled out, we should see this start to ameliorate in the long term.
And then when you're trying to pick stocks, I know you've had a lot of thoughts on, before I get to your actual stock picks, on what's been going on here with the GameStop, AMC, Reddit, Robinhood, et cetera. You know, where it's so hard to know what side to take, what's going on. Where do you stand, or what do you think is going on here?
We're not buying the stock at our firm, but I do think that this situation specifically speaks to the power of social media. You know, Reddit users being able to effectively take down hedge funds. Long term, I think that this will result in a lot of volatility. I mean, short term, it will result in a lot of volatility, but long term, the markets always, balance supply and demand. So someone's going to get hurt. I hope that everyone's taking caution here.
Yeah, and I think that's a good sort of word of warning, right? It's that it's exciting when it's all going up and you're jumping in, but you know, these things turn around and they're extremely volatile. So you could get caught on the wrong side of the fence here. Tell me about Callaway Golf.
So Callaway is a really interesting play. The company sells materials, clothing, equipment for golf, and golf is as popular as it's ever been. They've also recently merged with Topgolf. That's going to allow a lot of their equipment to be distributed on a wider scale. So we think that they'll do really, really well in 2021.
Yeah, that's a fun one, no doubt. And you know, it's one that you could probably do with some social distancing, so it has potential. Another name that you like is Starbucks. What is it about Starbucks that worked so hard on trying to build the digital platform, the mobile ordering and pickup and things like that during COVID? Now what for Starbucks?
Well, Starbucks is also a really interesting play. They've managed to digitize their entire process. They've become so much more efficient throughout the pandemic. And if you think about it, pre-pandemic, they had an issue where people were sitting in cafes and not really purchasing as much as they should be to keep business efficient. Now it's much quicker, and they've really optimized considering everything that's happening COVID-wise to the market space.
Yeah, I mean, do you like other names in the fast food sort of space, or is Starbucks really the leader? Why did you choose this one over so many of the other names?
Starbucks is really the leader because of, again, their digitization. I don't see that in a lot of different restaurant companies, but I think that with everything happening in restaurants right now, they're coming out on top, and we think that they'll do really, really well in 2021.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly makes sense. Now, when we look at another name on the move, I know you're looking at genetics and looking at this name in particular, FLGT. Fulgent Genetics. It's really been a winner. It's run up, I think, nearly 700%. Let me take a look. 671% in 1 year. But you still like it, right?
Yeah.
For the, I guess this is a
We
longer
still
term
like it. We still like it. It's still well priced for now. It's getting to be expensive. Ultimately, Fulgent is an at-home COVID test. And we think that, especially since it's FDA approved and recently adopted by LA County, that it's going to be instrumental in the reopening of our economy. We're still in the woods here, but we need testing to be able to resume to our lives as normal.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we just got word today from Governor Cuomo here in New York that we're going to have reopening, at least for the restaurants, inside dining on February 14th, Valentine's Day. I mean, that should make a difference. It's a step in the right direction. Eva, when you look at the big picture of the market, do you see a week like this week as a buying opportunity? And if so, on
I really
what?
do.
Is it ETFs? Yeah, tell me more.
I really do. I think that the market split up into two camps. You have your winners and your losers, and we're still, trying to get through COVID. If you're in the digital space, if you're in the e-commerce sector, then you're doing really well right now, and you're going to continue to do really well. So as markets slump a little bit, I would look at this as a market opportunity for sure. ETFs are a great way to start, but the stocks I mentioned as well.